Fire, 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 fire.
I heard Asmund say true while watching this one.
Women don't even know how to treat men because they were never taught how. Boys grew up being trained from day one. Be a gentleman. Open the door.
Treat her like a princess. Give her money when she asks.
Protect her. Provide for her. Be understanding. And if she hits you, you don't hit her back.
That's a big one, actually. Yeah.
Everywhere.
I remember this on the playground. Yeah, people being like it's okay for a girl to hit a boy, but then like when they do it back, it's like, no, you can't do that.
We looked. The message was the same. Movies, books, fairy tales. The man rescues the woman. The man saves the day. The man risks his life. The man carries the burden. And women were always the princesses, right?
And they're pretty and
But
hot.
there's a problem with that. We never saw the reverse. We never saw stories about how women should be treating men. No novels teaching girls how to respect a man. No movies demonstrating feminine loyalty, softness, or devotion. Parents don't even teach it. School doesn't even teach it. And society definitely.
There are some really old fairy tales from like, I want to say from the 60s and 70s when I was a little kid and my parents like got DVDs of like old ass like Russian animations, and it does show like old traditional viewpoints of how women should treat men with like respect, and she's soft and gentle, and she helps him when he asks for it. Yeah, with like I forget what the old what is it called? I don't know. Maybe like some Russian chatters know what I'm talking about. Oh, what are they called? It's not Disney. Да, Золотую рыбку. There was another one с Русланом, по-моему. Я не помню, как называется. God, I haven't seen those movies in like so fucking long, but you guys probably know what I'm talking about. These are not traditional like Disney Hans Christian Andersen movies. Да, Руслан и Людмила, да, правильно. Yeah, exactly. Those ones are traditional in my opinion, yeah. But the West doesn't really have that.
Doesn't teach that. So, guess what happens?
I think
we have generations of women who expect everything, but were never taught to give anything back. And feminism made it worse. Instead of teaching women how to understand men, how to work in synergy, how to create polarity, it taught them to compete with the men. I
learned about yin and yang from male to female and how they're supposed to work together, even though our brains are not like wired the same, and how to understand each other from freaking cartoons. It kind of clicked, it kind of dawned and like clicked in my head one day. I'm like, man, boys are not fucking easy to understand. Like, easy, yes, but like as a woman, it infuriates you naturally, because you're like, why are you like this? Like, why can't you just be like more like me? And it's like, that's not how it works. They're never gonna be like you. You just have to try and understand them. Even my parents, like when they'd argue and my dad would be like really quiet and he would like, you know, go back into his office when I was a little kid, I never got that until I got older. Like, why men are more likely to retreat and be like, I don't want to talk. I don't want to fucking do this.
Fight with them, to become a man, to see softness as weakness and masculinity as toxic. So, how can a woman treat a man well if she was never shown what feminine contribution even looks like? And how can she respect him when all she grew up hearing was men are the problem? How can she love
feminine contribution now? If you contribute in the household and you don't have a job, is seen as bad, that you're like enslaved to the man. I've learned that like in the last like 10 years. It's very, very weird. And it's strange because in my experience when I was growing up, my mom only worked because of like economic reasons. Like, you know, 2008 happened and like you literally couldn't have things because the fucking crash happened. And then I was like, oh, mom has to go back to work? Man, that fucking sucks. I really liked having mom around all the time. My mom would be at home, and I'd come home from like a little kid and like, yeah, I'm gonna have food on the table. Dude, I hated being a fucking, what is it called? A lock and child kid. You know, you'd have a key hanging around your neck and both your parents wouldn't be home. I hated that shit. They contribute in OnlyFans to pay the bills society's bone. That's so sad. Yeah, a latchkey kid. Yeah, sorry, that's the term. Yes, a latchkey kid is a person who has a key around their neck, and their kid, when you come home, neither parents are home. Yeah.
Of him correctly when she was taught that he owes her everything and she owes nothing in return. Men today are paying the price for a script that they didn't write. They were raised to give everything. Women were not raised to reciprocate. And the only way we fix this is by teaching the truth. Polarity is freedom. Synergy is power. Relationships only work when both people know how to love each other and live in their masculine and feminine energies. Until women learn how to treat men with respect, softness, admiration, and understanding, the imbalance is going to continue.
Yeah.
Women, we need to do better.
True. True. True and real. Ah, dude. I think the basic problem is that the social contract has been entirely lost. It used to be that, like, men were the big and the strong. They went out to work. They went out to the coal mines. They dug in the ground to bring back the food. And they provide and they protect. And in return, women were respectful, loyal. They raised the children, the little kids in the home, and they were protected and then took care of everything at the home. And they nested and they created a nice, warm, cozy house. So that when the men get home, they can be at peace and recharge and then go back out into battle or whatever. Or the proverbial battle of, like, literally going to, like, work. Yeah, I think that's been lost. So they can go out and be big and strong and do it again tomorrow. Again, that's a gross oversimplification in my opinion. But, like, yeah, I think it gets the point across. I think in general, a lot of people want that, and the world would be a healthier place mentally if people gave it a shot. Obviously, it's 2026. Your wife is probably gonna work in some capacity because everything is so fucking expensive. But you get the idea. The theme is traditional. Like, again, my mom worked part-time. She was still at home most of the time, but at a certain point, like, the economy doesn't allow that much. Make your wife a VTuber? Yeah, maybe. Or an OnlyFans girl. I don't know. Either or. I'd rather die. Okay, again, now, if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to do the traditional thing, fine. I couldn't care less. Live your best life. Go be a badass bitch. Girl boss your way to the top. The problem that I have is when they started waging war on, like, the more traditional way of life and saying, like, oh, having kids is disgusting. Ew, like, you're ruining your body and shit. It's like, you do realize, like, your mom gave birth to you and your parents love you, right? Like, yeah, sure, maybe they had a hard time sometimes, but, like, that love is supposed to, like, overcome, like, the hardship. Like, that's basic psychology. When your way of life leads you to being unhappy, and this swings both ways. Not trying to imply you will always be unhappy if you're a girl boss, but let's say you're, like, a girl boss and you get to age 45, you have no kids, you have no eggs, your ovaries are dried up, no husband, you're entirely career focused, but then the midlife crisis kicks in and you feel super duper empty because you don't have a family. And then you start lashing the fuck out at everyone on social media and in real life, maybe. I don't fucking know, because you're, like, really, really sad and miserable, but you don't want to admit that you made a mistake. So instead, it becomes your, like, this weird life purpose to try and shit on other people who are happy. Because you can't come to terms with the fact that you might have made the wrong choice or that you waited a little bit too long. My pal's got a baby recently. I've gone such baby fever seeing that little fella giggle and crawl around the house. Currently proud and crazy uncle. Haha. That's so cute. Yeah, I've heard that with men too. Like sometimes, I remember telling my brother, he's like, I'm never having kids. And then he saw his best friend. His best friend had a kid, and he's like, God damn, this little cute little guy. It was a little boy. I didn't get that feeling. I was too young, and I was like, ew, I still think babies are icky and stuff. But I think, like, naturally, biologically speaking, you start hitting a point, you're like, maybe it's not so bad. And also, that's another thing. I learned this from, like, a mom that was at my work, and I was like, I don't get it. Like, why do people find kids cute? And they're like, it's not until you have this biological urge when you hit around about, like, mid-25 up to, like, 30, as a man and a woman, and you start thinking like, damn, I want my own, but everyone else's kid still sucks. Yeah. And this phenomenon, by the way, this phenomenon of like girl bossing snowballs into like younger generations as well. And it becomes a full-on culture war. And the only objective of this said war is to win. And in order to do that, women use like the most inflammatory and like insane crazy rhetoric you can think of. They say being a wife is a slave, like I said, that having babies is like ruining your body and you're destroying your body, and you're getting stretch marks and your boobs are getting big, and it's to serve your oppressors, to be a breeding cow. Like they actually unironically say that shit. Staying at home is giving your husband free labor, that you're a slave. It's ridiculous. Like, people did that up to a point of like, what, like 50 years ago, and now you're all of a sudden like, you're a breeding slave. It's like, what the fuck? So that message gets then perpetuated to literally everyone, everywhere, 24/7, at all times online, on TikTok, on Instagram. Like, you get on the algorithm, that's all you get bombarded and blasted with. And now you have a generation of women who think men are evil, they don't respect them, and then the social contract is entirely lost. It's just sad. It's really sad more than anything else. We all suffer as a collective as a consequence. Oh, man. I've seen this fucking post like a million times. Oh, my lord. Ah, she took the flowers with her. Oh, and he looks sad too. Oh, the fuck, man. He was smiling. You can literally see, even in the pixels, you can see he's not smiling anymore. My grandpa didn't last long after losing my grandma. Yeah, same with my grandma. We lost grandpa first, and then about like weeks or months later, I forget. It's been so long. She just passed away. She couldn't do it anymore. The other one, what? Oh my god. There's a DM me. These people are so miserable! Oh my god! Are you kidding me? Bro! Even if this doesn't work for you, like, you haven't experienced it, why can't you just accept that, like, other people are sad and, like, they love their significant other? This is so fucked up. It's just a troll? Dude, I don't... Guys, I know you can say it's a troll, but, like, I think the story is that she's inside and it's winter? I don't know. But at any rate, it's just, like, so fucking... This is fake? Yeah? It is? Is there a way you can check if it's fake? She took the flowers and colors with her. Meme? No, not meme. Fake? How do you guys know it's fake? Meme? Well, I mean, it's a meme because it's perpetuated. Read her description on the upper right. Guys, we've read these so many times. Sometimes they're real, bro. It's real pictures, just fake context. Well, at any rate. Wait, she farms this! Wait, this is a different post! Oh my god! Oh my god, this is different. This is the same type of what? Bro, it's the same account. Oh my god. What if he, I don't care about him, you lot already do it a lot. You don't need my help centering men experiences, emotions. I'ma focus on the lady. Bro, this person's probably just miserable, chat. I don't think this is a troll. Are they farming each other? I don't know. That's crazy. No eggs? Just miserable, man. A little bit of both. Yeah, it could be both. And it's like femcells farming popular posts. I'm sure this post is really popular. Yeah, look, 31 million. Yeah. They probably just post the same thing every year. Bots farming posts, bro. Rage bait or misery? I think it's a little bit of both. I think there's always a grain of truth with rage bait, because if rage bait didn't have truth to it, people wouldn't identify with it. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know.
Fire, fire,